there, beloved Ascension pioneers, and welcome to my video about integrity and ascension. So today I want to share a bit about how integrity is really important on our path of ascension. As you know, sometimes we consider certain aspects of ourselves that we're not yet ready to face as not really important on our path of ascension, but are they really? Because ascension is a path of crystal purity. It is that transcendence of all the levels. It is the unity of all levels in your life, in your reality, being as one, being completely transparent, completely pure, and completely devoted to. So the thing is that a lot of times we like to, with certain things that are still more challenging for us, we like to kind of push them aside. And this is where sometimes our integrity is not intact. So I want to explain a bit about what integrity really is, because a lot of the times we use these fancy words, to be in integrity, to be in alignment, to be discerning, but we don't really feel them, because to knowledge, you need to have the understanding of knowledge. You need to have a basic experience, and even then, it needs to move beyond just your mind, your mental understanding. It needs to be an experiential kind of like ecstasy of the divine, when you just feel on every level. And sometimes words just fail us. But I'm going to try to move deeper into the topic of integrity, because a lot of times I see we use all these kinds of words, but when it comes, when the time comes for us to really apply it in our physical daily day-to reality, we're just not good at it, because I see a lot of people stumbling upon these words. They say, I want to be in alignment, I want to be integrity, I want to be devoted, I want to be this and that. And then, a life opportunity comes, and this is your chance. This is how you show integrity in the physical. And they fail, and they sabotage themselves. So this is something I feel really important to talk about, because there is no physical, pure ascension without integrity. So integrity means to be fully transparent in your spirit self, completely aligned with your soul, and applying this purity in your life. This means that every aspect of yourself, of your being, of how you communicate, how you express yourself, is in alignment with your higher self. So it's pure, it's untainted. It's no hidden aspects of you that you're still trying to avoid or deny or not fully express or not fully explain to another, because you think, I don't have to. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, so you just rather not say something. And again, we see that's how we sometimes fail in our mastery to really show a translucent integrity. Integrity is not the same as being a good or bad person. I want to be good. And sometimes we have this value system that's very manipulated. We've been told how we need to behave, how we need to be polite. Again, politeness is not being good. It's not being kind. Politeness is that old structure when you're told a certain values how you need to behave, and you're being told how to do this. So we have this external value system that we take as our own, but it's not really coming from the soul. It's not really coming from source purity. It's coming from these imposed, restricted beliefs about what it means to be polite. So we carry it on and on and on, and then we teach our children a certain way. And children are free. They're just expressing themselves as they feel in their soul's joy. And that's what we should be learning from, not these imposed fake ideas about politeness. And to be a really generous, loving, compassionate person has nothing to do with being a good person. A lot of people are trying to be good to please the divine, to anoint this greater reality, this greater God essence you think you're serving. But, the divine does not want you to be a certain way, to be good, to be polite, to be this and this well-behaved. It wants you to be aligned with your soul, which already is pure, which already is always transcending. It's always infinitely expressing as it is. It's always pure of creative ideas, full of them. And sometimes we mistaken integrity for being good. And we say, I am in integrity because I'm a good person, and I'm trying so hard to do this. But sometimes this idea comes from pleasing the world, the society, our parents, other people. Let's say you have a certain love interest, and you think they will only have you if you're gonna behave a certain way. So you create this persona which is not really you. And you think you're being in alignment and integrity because you have this feeling that you're being good. Well, at the same time, you're not being in integrity because you're not authentic with your true self. A lot of times, people who will express themselves very sharply, this is the Sagittarius nature, just pushing the arrows out of your out of your little tiny, what is it called? I don't know. And you're just pushing them out, and you're just shooting because you just know that you need to speak the truth. And a lot of times the truth tellers, they can't even, for me, I never was able to hide something, to form a lie. I just never was this way, you know. Maybe say, okay, I'm gonna hold this energy for 5 minutes. I couldn't take it. I felt like I'm gonna explode with all the truth, and it was like, rah, you know. And when it came out, it was very sharp, very intense. It was like crystal clear for me. And the thing is that a lot of the people are not used to this energy anymore. So when somebody will express themselves this way, they have an idea there must be something wrong with them. And these people are called truth tellers. They live in their integrity, and also they live with the integrity of the higher self, with the greater good. So they speak the truth as it is. Sometimes it comes out as blunt. So let me tell you, it has nothing to do with being either good or bad, because integrity has no polarity. It just is. And it expresses as it needs to be expressed. Sometimes, let's say you will be angry at somebody and you're going to say a few things. Maybe that person needs to hear them at that level. It's still important how you say them. You can still show generosity and kindness through them. You don't have to be totally sharp or, you know, self-righteous. That's another thing. Self-righteousness, again, it's not the same as being authentic with yourself. Self-righteousness means that you're right and only you are right. While integrity means that you're right for you. You know your reality for you. You know how your soul guides you, and you're not afraid to say it. So a lot of the times we're not coming from a state of integrity because we're afraid that we're going to lose a certain person, or we're going to lose a sense of reality, or just everything will fall apart. So we rather keep things up, you know, as keeping with the appearances, and we rather keep things through this false sense of personality and the pleasing, and, you know, just trying to keep things okay on the surface. There will come a time and space when this will backfire on us, for sure, because just certain circumstance will come and we won't be able to hold it anymore, or something will come out, something will be revealed. You know, secrets always come out because there's always a time for things to be revealed. Your soul will show you, and you probably had a few of those examples in your own life. So there's a lot of people who have even, let's say, marriages and relationships that they keep the aware part for themselves, so maybe the other person is not that open yet, so they rather just keep it so that the relationship stays. Again, this is the same thing. And this is a false sense of integrity. It means, you know, you're trying to protect the other person. When you're in integrity, you're not trying to protect anybody, because you already know that source protects everybody. Everybody's protected by their higher self, by their own path. Everybody is in their own self-responsibility already. It's not your job to protect somebody else. And this is a false sense of integrity that is not true integrity. So, my beloved truth tellers, as we are as Ascension pioneers, don't be afraid to speak your truth, even if you think maybe that's gonna, you know, not make me keep a certain relationship. And it just is. Whether that relationship really has structure that is divine in nature, you won't lose it. You know, and either there's something that is not in alignment, you know, there's red flags everywhere, then you need to be even more aligned with your integrity, because old things need to be revealed so that a new way can take place. And we're doing this. We're setting up these healthy foundations for our new. And I don't know, I'm just seeing that people have so much trouble with this sometimes, because even when you define your own self, not define through definition and labels, but you come in your place of your inner vibrational home, let's call it, you embody your home frequency, and then your job will be how to share it with the world. Are you self-confident in it? Can you speak the truth when something does not apply to that, when something doesn't match your reality, when you just don't want something in your life? Can you say it? Can you be honest? Can you be transparent without a sense of losing something in return, because you know that not everybody will always understand you? That's a path of a truth teller. It is how it is. And we need to become not just embodiment of the self kind of beings, but we also need to develop how to then live and walk in this self-embodiment, how to be fully transparent, how to live our integrity without these false structures that are going to crumble because they're not built on solid foundations. The moment you hold something as a secret, it's gonna shatter eventually. So integrity is one of the key components in Ascension, because Ascension means your pure crystalline self. It means yourself as it is, pure, untainted, totally divine. And once you merge with this essence, once you start walking your ascending self, then there clearly is no more space for these structures that are not of that essence. Integrity probably being one of the first keys, and it's directly linked with purity. When you're pure, you're also going to be in integrity. So my beloveds, this was a short subject. If you're going to stay a bit longer, you will see there's a nature video I added at the end. Somebody asked me recently to share a bit more about my sacred space, to share some of the flowing water. And just today I was hiking and exploring these rocks here. It's amazing how beautiful spaces, how many beautiful spaces there is right next to where I live. So if you want to stay, that's coming up next. It's a short video. And as always, so much love, wisdom, and power. And the light of the eternal infinite sun is one. Take care. Bye.